My name is Jay Meisler. In this video, I am going to show you the 3 W's of trading. Many look at trading as being binary, 0 or 1, winner or loser on a trade. In reality, you could have the right idea in a trade but still lose money. So I came up with the 3 W's, a set of criteria. Each one has to be satisfied before you put on a trade. So what are the 3 W's? There's what, when, and where. Number 1. What side of the market to trade? To me, that's half the battle, picking out the strong side to trade. Number 2, when to enter a trade. You'll see why timing can be very important. And number 3, where to place a stop. That may be the key to trading. So let's get on with an illustration of the 3 W's of trading. In this section, I'm going to show you how I use the Amazing Trader and its real-time trading lines delivered to your charts to satisfy the 3 W's of trading. You can use anything you want. I just find the Amazing Trader works really well. So if you remember, the first W is what side to trade from, which I call the strong side. Now, one way of doing this is just to look and identify where the market has stops, because that's the side that will tend to be most vulnerable in any time frame. The Forex market lives to run stops. If you can identify the stops, you've got an edge picking out where the strong or weak side is. The weak side is the side where the stops are lying. Where the stops are least likely to be run tends to be the strong side. So the market has less incentive to push in that direction. How do you pick out the stops? How do you identify the stops? I use the Amazing Trader. For another discussion, just wanted to point out that's one way of picking out the strong and weak side of the market. The other way is to look for some sort of a pattern that gives you a clue what's the strong or weak side, in this case the strong side. I use the Amazing Trader pattern that you see right here. This is the first clue that the risk is now tilting to the downside. You can see here we call them blue resistance lines, the lower rungs on the ladder. As these rungs build to the downside, momentum builds to the downside. So this is the first W. Now I pick the strong side is to the downside. Now the second one is when to put on a trade. When we see a pattern like this, this would be the first window to put on a trade. Why? I call it timing. And why is timing important? Well, many traders put on trades, put it at some level, sit with it sometimes for hours, for days, even for weeks, foregoing other opportunities, and the hope that they won't get stopped out and the trade will go their way. I much prefer timing. What is timing? Timing is when you can identify an imbalance in the market, imbalance between buyers and sellers. More sellers than buyers, the risk is on the downside. More buyers than sellers, the risk is on the upside. In this case, you can see how these blue rungs on the ladder are building to the downside. That tells you the risk is tilted to the downside and you want to enter during this period because you have momentum is building on your side. And there's a better chance to get immediate or faster gratification rather than putting on a trade and then just hoping without timing. So timing to me is very important. That's why it's W number 2. Now number 3 is where you put your stop. Maybe the key to trading. Many people put in stop based on the amount of money they're willing to lose, whether the percentage of their capital or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pips. To me, when you do that, you have the right idea and still lose money. I like to pick out a stop that has a meaning. Again, I use the Amazing Trader for it. And in a pattern like this that I'm using to show you the 3 W's, what we do is we put a stop, we enter a trade, put a stop above the most recent rung on the ladder. For example, stop would be up here. If I entered anywhere in here, if I entered anywhere in here, the stop would be above here and so forth. The idea, as long as these rungs on the ladder hold and are building to the downside, as long as you one of them is not violated, that's your stop. Then the pattern continues and momentum continues in that direction, vice versa when it's on the upside. So this is W number 3. As I said, the way it works is number 1 is what side to trade from. Number 2 is when to put on a trade. and number 3 is where you put your stop. Those are the 3 W's. I've showed you how to do it using the Amazing Trader. I said you can do it on your own, but when you use a pattern system, what I just showed you right now, it's quite straightforward how to satisfy the 3 W's and put on a trade.
Whether you've just started trading 20 days ago or been trading for 20 years, you can benefit by taking advantage of our trading package. I've shown you how I trade using the 3 W's and how you can ease some of the stress of trading by removing the word hope from your trading dictionary and replacing it with a way that you can put the odds on your side by timing your trade. So you only have until November 30th to sign up for this special. It's a special package at a price that's not going to be repeated in the future. So take the next step now and see how you can trade using the 3 W's.